In today's video, Dog Squad, we are going to be doing week number 9 preview of the Dallas Cowboys at the Atlanta Falcons tomorrow at a noon game. So I will be live for the first. I won't be live for the first quarter, but I will be live for the rest of the game. Unless it's a blowout, I will just go ahead and get off early, like last time. I'm not sticking around. I've got stuff to do. Also, NFL. More NFL to watch as well, but there are other stuff like homework and all that I have to do. So please, Dallas, make this a competitive game tomorrow. Hopefully the mic should be louder. I don't know why it's not as loud as my old mic. I really don't know why, but I am making this later at night, so maybe my voice could probably be higher if it wasn't for it being later at night. But as we get into this video, thank you so much for the support. Our views, though, have been a little lower, I have to imagine. Let's try to get those views more up on the past videos. Shorts have been fine. They could be better, but let's try to get the video attention up. So make sure to share these videos so other people can grow the Dog Squad. So here we go with the preview. We're going to be just like last week. I'll eventually have my slideshow back up for the preview videos. Here we go, Dog Squad. Okay, so I'll do more veteran editing. I'm just busier, but I'm at least able to get these videos out, so that's good. But once football season's over for me, like high school, I'll be able to use Friday nights as more to make some more of these videos for y'all. All right, so here we go. We're gonna start off with the Falcons offense versus Dallas's defense. Now, Falcons offense has been a rapid one lately. They're not the top one, but they are a pretty efficient offense when it comes down to scoring points. And they got weapons. Of course, got Kirk Cousins, the new quarterback, of course, for the Atlanta Falcons. That got signed in the offseason. He has played not too bad this year. I think he has around 12. I think he has 12 TDs, 6 interceptions, something like that. He does, and then Bijan Robinson, one of the best running backs out there so far, only second-year man out of Texas, and then Drake London, Kyle Pitts. They're going to be a weapon tomorrow. Dallas is going to have to watch for because we don't need them to be scoring a lot of TDs tomorrow, of course. But one thing that's been is some of our DBs have also gotten beat now. Niners wasn't that big a deal last week. Of course, it was more. I think more was on the running game, and I think more of it was not being able to handle George Kittle. But then you got example from maybe week 6, you couldn't. I mean, you had trouble stopping about every pass that came your way. You had trouble stopping the run in any way when it came to the Lions, and maybe you could be the same way when Bijan Robinson tries to maybe run it all over you tomorrow. You've got to contain the run. Now, Diggs is questionable. I don't know if he's playing, but Micah's out, Tank's out, and Bland is still out. That's not what we need. There could be a possibility of all four of our best defensive players are out tomorrow. We know 3 are. That is something that Dallas is going to have to. That's something that's affected their season. Dallas's defense, injuries have been a part of it. We haven't seen Micah, we haven't seen Tank since week 4. We haven't seen Bland since last year in the playoff game against the Packers. He got hurt before that Chargers preseason game this year. So, and what you're going to say is next man up. Hopefully the best. It's going to probably be high scoring. Now, when it comes down to stopping the run, we've got ways to do it. But we don't have the big enough guys. We couldn't do it with Micah. We couldn't do it with Tank. So what makes you think? Now, they at least maybe were able to stop him maybe half of the time. But what's going to happen down tomorrow? I'm not expecting the Dallas defense to do anything tomorrow. If I get on that live stream tomorrow, I will, and I'm like, it's low scoring, and we're like saying, what a stop by this Dallas defense. That will be really surprising to me. This is a high-powered offense of the Falcons that is outweighs and outmatches the Dallas Cowboys defense. That's going to be a tough one tomorrow. We now go to the offensive side of the ball for Dallas against Atlanta's defense. Now, their defense has been their defense hasn't been as good as their offense has, of course. Tampa Bay, they let up a lot of points too. They let up to an injured Tampa Bay offense. Last week, they let up a lot of points too. They've also let up Seattle, a high-powered offense, let 34 points up a couple weeks ago. This team isn't the best on defense. If the Dallas offense plays efficient, play like they did last week against the San Francisco 49ers in the fourth quarter. I know you're probably about to say, wait, what? No. You got to move the ball well. Dak has to be playing smarter. I know we have no O-line. We don't have a run game. That affects his play. We've seen Dak play well. I'm not expecting. No really QB is going to do well in that situation. Maybe besides Patty Mahomes, he's not even playing well this year. So we've got to make sure that the penalties, the blocking, and the shoot ourselves in the foot mistakes, the crucial self-inflicted wounds, has to go away tomorrow. This has got to be a team that can move the ball down the field and not just kick field goals. We've seen that this year. We haven't had a very good offensive efficient game. Cleveland, I'm glad we were able to put points up on the board back in week 1 when they played a really good defense. And then you got week 2 not good. Week 3 you finally came out. Week 4 Dak and CD I think had a good game. Week 5 you did it when it mattered. Week 6 sucked. Week 8 okay, didn't do too bad against the Niners. So now you gotta be that high-powered offense you were meant to be. I know you have no run game. We didn't have it last year. And honestly, the run game probably should be better. Not too much better, but should be better. The most important thing is last year you had a good passing game with Dak, connecting to CD, Cooks, Tolbert, who you name it. We don't have Cooks, and we don't have a passing game. Pass block. That's the main reason why this offense hasn't been able to do anything. Sure, Dak's turnovers have been a case, but no. We've got some work to do, and of course we need to make sure that happens tomorrow. I could see this game being high scoring. So, what do you think? Do you think it's going to be high scoring? Do you think it's going to be low scoring? Middle between? I think Dallas takes this win. I do. I have a feeling that Dallas is going to just bounce back. I don't know how. Falcons are the better team. I think a lot of people do think that, but I think Dallas just seems like this is the game to win. Atlanta is pretty inconsistent this year. They did beat Philly earlier in the year, and then they lost to, Seattle's good. They lost, but they got blown out at home, and then they beat Tampa. Then they've done a lot of weird things this year. But I do somehow just say Dallas does win. I think we'll start waking up on the offensive side, and maybe the defense will just give us a little help. Maybe we'll have a takeaway. I just have a feeling that the Dallas Cowboys. I'm not just guessing. I'm not just saying, oh, my first thoughts. I know this team, and I know the Falcons this year. I just think this is the situation that this game could bring us. So probably around maybe a 30, maybe like a 30 to 23 game, maybe 30 to 27. Maybe you could call it into the 30s. Maybe like 37, 20, 34, 37, 30. Something like that tomorrow. That's my prediction. And those are what we got to do. So, that's make sure. And also, stop. Enough with no stupid play calling. No, let's run the ball twice. It's not going to work. Let's not do that. Let's not. We had trouble last week. Some of the bad play calling when the last drive happened. We were trying to maybe miraculously take the lead. No, that's not going to work. And Donovan Wilson, I don't think he needs to be playing. He had a terrible game. Couldn't handle with the guys that were playing, like George Kittle. You can't handle with anyone. You can't. You're not playing. I'm sorry. We've got an injured defense. Well, we know what we're set up with. I'm not expecting much from a defense like that. We know the offense can do better. But when we're set up with a bad O-line and no running game, that's what's going to happen. I saw at the beginning of the season that when people were saying about the Cowboys, oh, well, they're not going to be that good this year. They're not making the playoffs because they don't have this. They don't have, it's like, I didn't think, you lost a couple of O-linemen, okay? Or, you lost a couple. You lost maybe two D linemen. What's it going to hurt? Okay, we didn't have a run game last year. What are we going to, we'll still win 10 games. At this rate, I don't know what we're going to do. I didn't think losing D linemen like that was going to affect us. Now, then again, we were 1-2. We couldn't stop the run against the Baltimore Ravens. We beat Cleveland, which they're not good this year, and we got blown out by the Saints. We've seen that stuff before, but that's pretty often to get blown out. That has affected us. The O-line has affected us. Dak's not MVP performance has affected us. I'm not as mad at him. I am a little frustrated, but he's also gotten us in situations where we could have gotten back in the game. I'm more mad at the fact of the ownership of the team, some of the coaching of the team, and and our issues we know of, and of course injuries. This team is different. We need to figure it out. Different than what I expected, and I think different than some other, maybe half of the nation, Cowboys nation, is expected. Let's get it done tomorrow. Let's get the win. Let's go back to .500, 4-4, and get ready for Philly next week. That'll be at home, but we'll go over that next week. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thanksgiving breaks around the corner, so I'll be able to have these videos to you throughout those days. But I'll see you next time, Dog Squad. Thank you for tuning in. I'll hope you have a great rest of your day or night. Peace.